So I am going to go to the next stop, make the next U-turn, and go back to the hill that this the speedometer dropped 4 miles per hour, 4 to 5 miles per hour yesterday, and I was on my way to see a museum, and the speedometer dropped like 4 miles per hour, so from 70 to 65, and then these RPMs shot up from 2,000 RPMs to 3,000, and then fell like really quick, and then went back up. So I think that's when the car loses power. When your car is losing power from some part of the fuel, in the fuels, whatever, how the fuel works, I think that's what people call a power problem, or there's an engine problem, or there's some other problem. But I'm gonna go try this hill again that I just passed. The hill is that way, so I'm gonna drive that way and see if I can get the speedometer to drop 4 miles per hour and the RPMs to do what they did before. It's not normal. When you're in cruise control, your speedometer is not supposed to drop more than 1 miles per hour, or maybe 2, but definitely not 4 or 5 miles per hour. And your RPMs are not supposed to shoot up and then shoot down. That's not supposed to happen. So I'm gonna go try this hill again. So that happened yesterday. I went home and I tried to figure out what was wrong with my car. These speedometers, the car's not supposed to lose power going up a hill. The hill's not that big. I'll show you the hill when when we get over there. So give it a second. I'll show you the hill. I'm just gonna wait for traffic to clear, and I'll show you the hill. And hopefully I can get the speedometer to drop again. That's what I really want to do. And the RPMs to shoot up and fall down. That's what I am trying to get to happen. Alright. Okay. Let's go. Let's try it. So, we're gonna get up to 70. And see what happens. A little bit of cruise control in a second. Cruise control. Get it at 70. And we are driving. Alright, this is the only hills I can find nearby. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if it does it again. So while I was coming up this hill, the miles per hour has dropped to like by 2 or maybe 3, and the engine kicked in. The day before when I did this, the miles per hour dropped by 5. It was like 70, from 70 miles per hour to when I was going uphill to Alright, see, now it's stuck. We're going uphill, and now it was stuck. It was stuck at 64 miles per hour without, on the incline, without accelerating. And it's shifting uphill. It feels like the shifter's weak, like the transmission shifting is weak. It doesn't feel like a normal. I've driven cars before and they just drive up hills, no problems. and it doesn't feel like a weak shift. So I believe there's a problem with the power in the car. There's a loss of power uphill. So there's another hill right here. I'm gonna try this hill, see what happens. It's a really big hill, or it looks like it. Let's see what happens. Alright, there's the hill. Let's see how the car treats it. So it's not accelerating. It's supposed to accelerate right now. Now it's kicked in. It just kicked in. But it's like it was weak. Like it couldn't kick in. It couldn't kick in to accelerate up the hill. So like it was like it's struggling to turn on the drive to accelerate and up the hill. So it's like there's a weakness as it struggles up that tiny hill that we just passed. And I think that's a sign of loss of power, or a weak engine, weak transmission, weak engine, weak pump, weak a fuel problem. Because the car should power all the way through the hill, and that's not what's happening. And I can tell the difference while I'm driving, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good feeling to have a weak power up the hill, or a loss of power, or a car that struggles to accelerate up the hill, up any hill. It's not a good driving feeling. And I'm pretty sure it's going to get worse if I don't find a way to take care of it right now. So I am going to turn around. I think I got what I came for. I found a hill, and after I've driven for a while, I noticed that the car will not accelerate up a hill like it normally should. So I'm going up a hill now, and the car is very weak with using cruise control to accelerate. It won't kick into the gear. So it won't kick into that gear you need to drive up a hill on cruise control. And there has to be some problem with that. So I think that's what I came for. I hope this is good enough. And I am going to, that's what, I'm going to turn around and head back. Alright, I'm going to do this last hill. There's one more hill, and see what happens. See, the car is hesitating to accelerate. I can feel it trying to. I can feel the car trying to accelerate, but it's really, really weak. Like a really, really weak acceleration up the hill. And it just shifted. Like I felt something in the floor shifting. It's like really weak gears shifting. I think there's a problem. Someone's telling me in my ears there's a problem with the transmission. You have a transmission problem. So there's another hill. Really weak acceleration. Well, it's a weak acceleration. I lost 2 miles per hour going up this hill. It's a very weak acceleration. It's not even trying to pick up speed. It's like I'll make it up the hill at this speed. I won't try to maintain the speed that you set. So it's a weak transmission to maintain 70. It's a weak power to maintain 70 miles per hour. The car won't do it going up the hill unless it's a very long hill, and the car drops down to like 65 miles per hour. Then the car will kick into gear. But all right.